Welcome to Spaghetti on the Wall. I'm your host, Armando Leduc. We're here to explore the realms of business, marketing, and life. Ready to make ideas stick and grow them into something great? Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Managing Partners Podcast, where law firm leaders learn to think bigger. I'm Kevin Daisy. Let's jump in.
Hi, I'm Brian Ajoles, and you are listening to the Duos Podcast, Managing Partners Podcast. We are live at NTL in Miami, and I'm standing with Demetrio Rico.
Yep.
Thank you for being here, Demetrio.
Of course. Great being here. I love this show. It's one of the best shows in the country for personal injury.
And have you come to previous shows before?
Oh, yeah. We supported the show, I think, for 3 years now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And tell everybody where you're based, Demetrio.
So we're based in the capital of Latin America. That's Miami, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And we provide staffing services for law firms. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And can you tell us like a little bit more details? Like what does that staffing include?
Well, I think the story started. I'm natural from Spain, and one time me and my mom were out buying at a fruit market, and a gypsy said she got pissed off with my mom at trying to buy some fruits, and she said, "May you be amongst lawyers." So, it was, but I think she pointed it at me, and so this is where I am. I'm amongst lawyers.
That's
so
fantastic.
What we do is we look at what law firms need, and we look at specific tasks, and we point out those tasks with our law firm and figure out how we can help. So we train our people on that, and then supply a support that we mentor and monitor to make sure they're doing a great job.
Very cool. And so what are some of those systems in place that what do those typically look like?
So it varies, between law firm and law firm.
Sure.
The larger, more sophisticated law firms will have a person that does, let's say, people-facing things like intake or just legal services. But when the law firm is smaller and they need someone that does multiple things, then it'll be kind of a hybrid role. So they'll do a couple of things on this side, a couple of things on the other side. And the idea is to make sure that we're mentoring them and monitoring that person so that the law firm doesn't have to. We want to make sure they're providing quality and quantity at the levels that we expect. Yeah,
absolutely. And has there been a particular field within the law that you found that maybe is in more demand for staffing, or it's pretty much
they all need it?
Yeah.
They all need it. We love personal injury because personal injuries are I would say the most sophisticated type of law firm. They really understand that there's a business sitting behind it. They want to do good for their clients, but they also understand they're running a business.
Yes.
You can't service your clients if you go bankrupt.
Yes.
And so there's some other law firms that sometimes don't understand that it's a business,
Certainly.
Yeah. So that's what I love.
Fantastic. And so while you're here at the summit, what would a win look like for you guys? What do you want to be able to walk away here with?
Look, we had a guy come over to our booth yesterday, and he said that because we also take service with all the calls from customers that are their end user customers.
Yes.
And he told us he woke up in the morning last week and we had a signed retainer for $1 million case. And to me, that's a big win. And I was like, okay, well, so how often does that happen? He's like, well, a month ago, another guy called in the middle of the night, $400,000 case. So we love that. So
yeah.
It's $1.50 a minute to us. Well, maybe we should charge more money, but that's a win.
Those are the kind of phone calls that I want to receive in the middle of the night, right? I'm like, I'm up all night waiting by the phone.
Well, he was sleeping. We took the call for him.
Right.
We did all the work. We got the retainer signed.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. It allows a small firm to scale that you wouldn't be able to do that. And there's a lot of answering services out there, but they don't care about closing the deal.
Sure.
No deal, no firm.
Certainly. And you mentioned that you're based here in Miami, but are you guys also throughout the country, or it's just here in Miami?
No, our clients are all over the country and in Canada. We have over 450 law firms right now as active clients, and another 100 in the intake services. But our staff is 100% in Latin America. Outside of some U.S. lawyers that manage some of the teams,
yes,
everybody's in Latin America. So Mexico all the way down to Argentina.
That's great.
Where are you from?
I was born and raised here in South Florida, actually, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And moving into 2026, what are you guys most excited about? Have there been any things that you've been implementing maybe within 2025 or look forward to implementing in 2026 this year that's going to hopefully allow you to grow?
So our third line of business is case management, or the law firm hands over the case and we do all the legal work and give it back to them finished.
Yeah.
We're doing that for immigration law, and that's been incredible. Our customers love that we're doing that. We want to do that for PI as well.
Mhm.
So second quarter of this year, we're launching a PI service specifically for that. Case outsourcing. We do all the work. The law firm doesn't have to. Yeah,
Wow. In the second quarter of the year.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that.
yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. The let me ask you this, just for as a fun question: what's a skill set that maybe you have that's not listed on your LinkedIn or a hobby
Mm.
that people would be surprised to find out about?
I think that I care a lot about outcomes,
Yeah.
and that makes me someone that is very hard to work with sometimes if you're working directly for me. So, but yeah, that's not in my LinkedIn.
No, that's fine. And you know what? I think there's certain roles require that, right? Where it's running
Yeah,
in agencies like yours, where a lot of overseeing things and different systems in place.
yeah. I have 400 people under my command. As the COO of the company, operations are critical. Like I don't want my client to worry about stuff. I need to worry about it. Yeah.
And that's going to be like a more analytical mind and
Sure.
somebody who requires outcomes. Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. The and the other one that we didn't touch on too much yet, but it's been a big theme here is AI.
Yeah.
Have you guys been implementing AI, or
We
do you
do.
see yourself implementing more after the conference?
No, I think we have AI implemented for multiple things that we do internally. It has to do more with listening to our customer base. We, as the founders of the company, can't listen on every call. We don't to know what's really going on. Of course, we have the traditional methodology of understanding what people are talking about, but having all of our calls recorded with our client base and be able to listen to those calls and understand how people are really thinking is important. So we use Fathom for that, and it's been wonderful. I think that the problem with AI, the AI can be a total disaster if not implemented properly. So everyone here is trying to push AI, but if you don't have, like, people are putting candles on cakes that aren't baked yet. Like your processes are fucked, everything is wrong, and then you're trying to add AI to fix it. That's not the right way to do it. You have to have a process that makes sense end to end, and then see where you inject AI to make it easier.
Yeah.
So I think, I think there's a lot of margin in personal injury, and so people can make a lot of mistakes from a financial perspective.
Sure.
But I think as time goes on, we're going to see companies that are providing wholesale services turn into retail, and they're going to start doing it themselves. And I think law firms need to really understand operational processes. They need because they're going to be competing with private equity that really wants to make things work as efficiently as possible.
Mhm.
And if you want to be purchased by private equity, you better be as efficient as possible. So I think that would be my recommendation to our law firm customers and that we work with.
No, that's really well said, and a point that hasn't been brought up, or a perspective rather. So I think that was very well put. Thank you, Demetrio. And is there anything that I haven't asked you yet that you hope that I would have?
No.
No?
Okay. Wonderful.
Excellent. Well, let the people out there know where they can find you then.
Yeah. Take care. So you guys can find us at staff.cc. stafi.cc. Thank you very much.
And thank you again, Demetrio. And thank you guys for watching and listening to the Duos podcast with Spaghetti on the Wall and the Managing Partners podcast, sponsored by Leduc Entertainment for all your podcasting needs.